it doesn't seem like the conversations I've been in, it doesn't seem like people are speaking as though they've done it all before. They always seem to talk in that last bit like it was sometimes like it was the first time they ever did it. So, but in terms of what we just did, what questions or comments do you have?
Feedback. Can someone step in with one feedback at that time? Like, we're really, I mean, do we need to stick to the pool?
You know, it's one of those things that I heard in some of your conversations that you picked that quote. I think it's a quote that Glenn picked out over there that we want to, we want the protocol to be a guide, but it's not a prison. So, yeah. So when Bonnie offered the warm feedback, I didn't want to. I stopped with Rose because I don't want to start us getting more cool feedback. You know, like we'll take it there, but I'm not going to stop warm feedback. Like someone, oh, there's something I really wanted to mention and I forgot. Well, why should I interrupt this person's chance to hear something good that they didn't hear?
Sometimes it's kind of, I mean, it's kind of a good thing to hear that, in the midst of the pool, to hear the warm. So
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to say sorry. We're not allowed to do that now. But I think you have to be careful because sometimes it does. Sometimes people have jumped in where they think someone needed to be defended.
Right. That was my thing. Like where do you cross the line there? Because that could be easily done.
Yeah, I just I mean, it has happened in my groups.
Yeah, it's happened I've had it happen in mine as well, where well, I've just remembered another warm feedback,
Yeah.
and after someone has given
Right.
feedback that you can visibly tell that they didn't agree with, and
Yeah.
so.
I had it on the tip. I wanted to say it when Bonnie was responding. I want to say, Bonnie, thanks for noticing that, and Jody will get a chance. She'll get a chance to tell us if that's what was happening, if that's why she moved over. She'll get a chance to tell us that later.
I was going to say, I was in a group once where someone, offered that, and they said, oh, this is just cool feedback, so, and
Yeah.
so I thought,
I don't know. I think it's Jody left her comments here. She said she made professional judgment. I'd say that's a professional judgment we have to make. If it looks like there's going to be this whole slew of warm feedback showing up to defend someone because they feel like they need, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're not here to, we're not here to, I know we want to defend each other, but if we rush to defend, then are we eliminating someone's chance of, seeing something, just the evidence? It's what you said earlier. We just want to look at the evidence. So.
Chris, is it okay after presenter's reaction? I noticed we have in our groups. Is it okay to have like a little debriefing with the group? Just a little small discussion before you go on to the next person. If I have a clarifying question for her, is it okay for that to happen just to closure?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't see why we couldn't. It's not here.
Right, it's not in there, but I know we have done it in our groups before, and it usually works out pretty well.
It works out one way or the other. Like in my groups, we usually take a little break. We're going to switch the videos, we're going to take a little break, stretch, and then that's where someone can walk over and ask Jody a question about the anchor chart she was using, or something that wasn't really, wasn't part of her focus question. They can have a conversation. Yeah, I don't know if there's any more. Let's see. Would you please take a look at the ground rules for offering feedback? Let's take a quick look at the bullet points. We're gonna watch just a little mock video, and what we're going to want you to do is look and see where there may be some rule breakers. Is there someone offering feedback? Breaking the ground rules? Is the facilitator breaking the ground rules? We just want to see how many ground rules you notice may be broken in this video.
Okay.
Okay, we've taken a few minutes to jot down our warm and cool feedback for Jody, so we're going to enter the reflection phase of the protocol. Jody, I want to remind you that during this phase, your role is to be silent, and we'll be discussing the warm and cool feedback that we'd like to share with you. Okay? So let's start with things that we saw that we think in Jody's room that were really shining, things that we want to make sure she continues to do.
I like the way you guided your student to paraphrase.
Thank you, Patty.
I thought your circle was good.
Bob, so we can really help Jody out. Could you try to be a bit more specific, please?
The way the kids were situated in a room in that circle was great because they were able to see each other and interact with each other.
Thank you, Bob. Any other warm feedback for Jody? Okay, let's shift then to some things that maybe we were wondering about.
Pass.
Patty, we're going to go for quantity here. So we want to give Jody as much feedback as we can. So I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to give you a minute to think about something that you'd like to share with Jody.
I noticed a poster in the back of the classroom with Katy Perry that was extremely distracting for me anyways.
Thank you, Bob. That's good feedback. I noticed at one point, maybe you saw this, that Dreamer was responding and Jody cut him off.
Yeah, but he was trying to put his own thoughts in at that point, and I asked him to paraphrase at that point.
Thanks, Jody. Jody, I know that sometimes when we offer the cool feedback, we sometimes want to jump in and rationalize something or defend something. You don't have to defend anything. You're going to have time at the end to share all your thoughts. So just take notes, maybe make a note about that, about Dreamer, and you can share that with us at the end. How about back to Patty?
Well, I don't know.
Okay. Right? Seemed good.
And if you look at the front sheet too, we're going to just talk briefly about your responsibilities. And one of them is to email your group and make sure that they know I'm going to be facilitating, welcome, that kind of thing. And please feel free at that time too. Any other questions or any questions about the responsibilities, the planning, the icebreaker? Just some people are new in your groups or you haven't facilitated before. Just to get to know you, and you do have a packet in your packet. A packet of icebreaker ideas in your yellow. How we at?
One more, this is important. This always comes up. What do we do when we're finished? It doesn't last 4 hours. We're all professionals. You're working with professional teachers. They should go do the work teachers do.
So they're allowed to go back to their
Yeah.
rooms.